Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. Today I'm going to do a reading for the Divine Feminine, and I'm going to, let me fix this real quick, sorry. It feels a little bit uneven. Okay, so Divine Feminine, I'm going to give you an option to select one of three readings, reading A, B, or C. And these are the songs that came through for the Divine Feminine. You could be feeling this way towards your masculine at this time, okay? Or this is the emotional state that you're in regards to your divine connection. So I have to pause for a moment because before that, there was something else that I did want to address. So the fact that it completely left my mind, I guess if it's that important, it'll come back. So let's start. So Divine Feminines that picked reading A, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do the songs. Maybe, let me think. Hold that thought. I guess I'll do them one at a time. The song, and we'll do the reading. And then we'll move to reading B and then reading C. All right, so before I start with reading A, this is the overall energy for the collective at this time. We have Gemini energies, we have Aquarius energies, and then we have a tension and a change with Uranus energies. So it seems that there's some tension, whether it's between a Gemini and an Aquarius, whether that's you or your counterpart or people that you're engaging with at this time. There is some kind of tension due to this change that's coming when it comes to communicating and collaborating. We have cross-pollinate, so bringing two very uniquely distinct worlds together in collaboration is creating some kind of a tension, which is in some ways necessary, okay, to bring about change. So you might be feeling a little bit of tension in your, maybe when it comes to just considering, pondering whether or not to collaborate with a group or another person. Maybe feeling a little bit of a challenge to change your ideas in regards to the future. Maybe perhaps even communicating new ideas, unique ideas that are maybe ideas in regards to technologies, if not just ideas that are considered strange, weird, but nonetheless, I think that it would be worth the effort to communicate any ideas that you may have at this time, despite the tension you may be feeling, if you want to create positive changes. Okay? Interesting. Maybe we'll go ahead and get a little more clarification on that. Think. Pallas Athena. So you're being asked to use your head right now. The number 30 could be significant again, or thinking could be what's causing the tension. Let's see. We have Mercury here, messages. So Mercury is bringing messages to you right now at this time, Divine Feminine. So you're probably really sensitive, and or sensitive to sound, or sensitive to the mental process, or the high energy in your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, your throat chakra. This is the energy of your divine partner that's coming through. Yeah, it's bringing balance, or this is, you have to allow in that stillness or in that silence, allow yourself to feel into the tension, because it's the energy of your masculine coming through. You have 7th house relationship. Yeah, you're strengthening the connection of your relationship. You might be asked to review something in regards to something that you have yet to digest in regards to this relationship. Something about the movement and action and passion. So for some of you, Divine Feminine, you may have halted or paused your passion in some ways, or repressed in some ways, things that you would be engaged in if you were in the proper partnership. So I'm guessing that the message there is that is what's coming into balance, is the proper partnership is unfolding, is coming through, and that might create some kind of a tension in your dynamic at this time. Okie dokie. So let's start with the first reading. Reading A, your song is Stranger in My House by Tamia. And I'll go off the first part here. Let me see if I'm gonna, let me see. She says, I don't understand. You look just like the man in the picture by our bed. The suspense is pounding and clouding up my head. I'm checking your clothes and you wear the same size shoes. You sleep in his spot and you're driving his car, but I don't know just who you are. There's a stranger in my house. It took a while to figure out. There's no way you could have been who you say you are. You gotta be someone else, 'cause he wouldn't touch me like that, and he wouldn't treat me like you do. He would adore me. He wouldn't ignore me. So I'm convinced there's a stranger in my house. Not sure who you are. Don't see a shadow around where you are. You leave with no kisses, goodbye with no words. If these walls could talk, they would have nothing to tell. So what could it be? Is there someone imitating me? Hey. Interesting. We went off key there at the end. So, is there someone imitating me? So, you might feel, Divine Feminine, in this connection, there's something off. And you're wondering if there's some kind of person on a subconscious level, perhaps, that is playing your role with your masculine, but it's an imitation of you. Could she be taking my place? Look me in the face and tell me that I'm wrong when I say there's a stranger in my house. Took a while to figure out. See, I can't do that part. It's like the last note is screwed. The last note keeps getting messed up. I feel like, Divine Feminine, if this is your reading and you resonate with the lyrics of this song, Stranger in My House, this connection feels like this person, your person, has been acting so off with you, so distant, but it's because he's come in contact with a doppelganger energy of yours, or it's a misperception of who you are based on a lens of fear that this masculine has adopted or has taken over through his subconscious. Okay, this could be a past life energy that he already experienced, or an energy in his life, in his formative years. Divine, it could have been maybe a karmic mother energy, created a perception about a certain energy that you carry, Divine Feminine, And because of that, there's a disdain or a distaste or a distrust or some trigger about you that this divine masculine has. And it has you off balance simply because you don't know what the distance is about. You don't kiss me the way you used to. It's that you know there's something off. You know that you don't feel safe with him. But the reason you're not feeling safe with him and the reason you're not feeling that you could trust him, that you have to question him, is because of his coldness. And now you're feeling, is it someone else imitating me? Because you're not the same person I was dealing with. It's like you're dealing with me like I'm somebody else. And I feel like the last note, that issue with the last note is about, maybe for some of you, you feel like this is how it always happens, because it's like, I'm convinced there's a stranger. It's like you're convinced. So when you're convinced of something, it's a belief that you absolutely know to be true. So the story is always going to end the way you're convinced it's going to end. So if you're convinced that you can't trust this person, it's always going to end where you can't trust them. No matter how it ends, it's going to end with you feeling validated exactly how you believe, that you're a stranger and I can't trust you. And it could simply be as deep as this man has. Yes, it's not fair to you that he blocks you out or pushes you away or closes off from communicating to the point that you have to wonder if it's someone else. That's not right. That's not fair. That's not cool. He should be able to. But the thing is, it's subconscious in him. He doesn't even understand it. He doesn't understand what is the energy. So the best way is for you to understand your energy. When you understand what this energy is that you carry, that makes him uncomfortable, that makes him shield you or run from you or whatever, it's fear. It's fear of this divine unconscious mother energy, this energy of being controlled, or this energy of being taken over, or this energy of having someone rule you. And for whatever reason, this masculine, it's the more you open up to the love, and you open him up to such a deep love that is so subconsciously rooted in him that he can't even understand how to manage your connection. So instead, he connects with that doppelganger energy that he's more comfortable with. So for some, he actually is interacting with someone else, like it's like a lesser version. And I'm not saying that in a cocky, arrogant way, but it's like someone that, a past version of yourself. It's not even who you are today. Like you could be like, oh, I know where she's at based on where I've been. You know what I mean? Like she's got a lot to go in this direction, or she has a lot to learn in regards to this matter or that kind of situation. Something like that. Wow, I've been on a run-on sentence, haven't I? But there's something to do with changing whatever you're convinced about. Think about it. If you want to create something new, that tension, when we're talking about this new relationship, you can't keep blocking based, because it's like you block because you feel he's blocked. But he blocked unconsciously because of something he feels that he doesn't understand. Whereas you're supposed to make him understand and make him more comfortable going deeper into you, kind of thing. The deeper he goes into you, the more chaotic his structure is, or his ability to remain stable is. And what he'll do is retreat and rather deal with a lower version of your energy, one that's more manageable, one that's easier to maintain for him, where he can feel like he's got a grip on life in a certain way in a partnership. Holy fatardi. I've been on that one for quite some time. I've barely moved from this spot here. Okay. Should I keep going there? Okay. Where were we? Group 1, Divine Feminine. let's go across the board with the cards. So again, with the last note, it's what keeps getting messed up. It's like, why does it always end in a screwed up way? Or why can't the outcome be different? Well, the outcome can't be different until you understand a matter deeper. And it has to do with the unconscious emotions that, and obviously they're not conscious. So it's not like, you're expected to know, but if you're doing the deeper work, it's like, the deeper I go, the deeper you go, the deeper we go. Somebody's got to get a grip on it. And either we're going to get a grip on it together, or we're going to help each other see the light when it comes to this energy, because what we don't understand overtakes us in a certain kind of way. And fear is very cruel if we don't understand what fears trigger us and how deep the rabbit hole can be, I guess. All right, so for group 1, there is some kind of secret that's coming out in regards to a connection. Maybe a connection that you have with someone on a subconscious level. And again, it could be whatever this energy is. Like maybe you were unaware of a certain energy, of a certain vibe that you put out that might be very uncomfortable for some, but in particular, this divine masculine. And you feel he's a stranger because of this, because he's not clarifying. I forgot to put a card here, sorry. Because he's not clarifying anything to you. So in your mind, you're like, well, what is it? Like, it's like, do I got something in my teeth kind of energy with, you know what I mean? Like, what is it that you're being left out of that it seems like everybody else knows, right? But it's something about communication, or it's something about how you say something, perhaps, or how your energy is communicated in some way that intimidates, or maybe there's something to do with a communication barrier between you and your divine masculine that makes you feel like strangers. Oh, okay. So we have the revolver in the ballroom with Colonel Mustard. This is a Pisces energy that's returning to some emotion. This emotion, wow, look at that. Colonel Mustard again in reverse. We also have Virgo energies. But Divine Feminine, you could be dealing with a Pisces or Virgo person. This could be a parent. Or it could be this energy, an ancestor energy that you're picking up on. It's coming up in the subconscious as very critical. And it affects you on a deep emotional level. But it is, like I said, it is a very subconscious thing. I feel like perhaps this masculine might feel critiqued or criticized by how you communicate in some ways. We have a Gemini energy, okay? But we also have Aries or Libra here in the kitchen. So an Aries or Libra might not be communicating something in regards to what they're thinking, in regards to what their travel plans might be as well. There might be something to do with their home or with their mother. An Aries or a Libra that you're dealing with Divine Feminine, or you are this Aries or Libra. Remember, this is a general reading, so take it as you will, but this is the general reading for the first group, Group A, Stranger in My House. Okay. So yeah, I feel like maybe you're not communicating with your mother a certain idea, or there's some communication that you're not expressing, or you're not talking about something to do with your mother, or there's something like that, okay? I feel like perhaps This is a main energy between you and your masculine that's causing this stranger in my house. There's a stranger in my house. It took a while to figure out. There's no way you could be who you say you are. There's got to be someone else, because he wouldn't touch me like that. He wouldn't treat me like you do. He would adore me. He wouldn't ignore me. So maybe this is like a mother issue with being neglected, or maybe it could be a very subconscious, like you could have been a baby. Your mother could have like left you in a crib for a, you might have had to cry it out or something weird like that. Oh my God, why am I going there? But it could have been something that to that level, to that, where how are you going to remember, or even think to associate how your relationship is affected by something so, what seems to be so small. Your mom could have been going through something emotional and didn't pay attention to you in that moment that you needed when you were so vulnerable. And that could have left an imprint so deep, whether it's you, divine feminine, or your masculine. One of you is feeling that, causing this feeling of a stranger, like something doesn't feel like love, something feels neglectful, or something feels rejectful. And I think it's this energy that's misunderstood because it's unconscious. So, moving forward, we have a Capricorn or Cancer energy in the conservatory studying, okay? So, divine feminine, I feel like your person might be retreating into their home simply because they need to reevaluate who they are, what their status is, what they represent, how they want their home to feel, how they feel about their home. Like there's a lot going on between the home and their status, how they want to present themselves and how they want to appear in society versus how they feel at the home. And it's like, maybe this is a very private person and they don't want to share their private life in the public. Or maybe this is a person that wants to be in the public life but has a really messy private life. And it'll be exposed if they do that. So, whatever that is, consider that part of the issue with this connection. And like in the song, I don't understand, you look just like the man in the picture by our bed. The suspense is clouding or is pounding and clouding up my head. I'm checking your clothes. You wear the same size shoes. You sleep in his spot and you're driving his car. But I don't know just who you are. So it's like a double life. It's like you look one way in the world, but at home you're a stranger, or you're someone out of reach, or someone I can't really connect to, or someone I don't feel safe around. So this is the vibe I'm getting from this connection or this reading, okay? We have the candlestick in the dining room with the dining room card. So there is a lot of passion, a whole lot of passion for this relationship, okay? And even though it's showing that there is a balance, you guys are like equal match, okay? You guys are... I think that's what it is also. That's what's intimidating in a way. I don't think this masculine has ever really met his match. And that's what has you confused, because you're like, I know I didn't do anything wrong. I know, like, there's no way in hell that he could actually assume that there's something out there better than what he has with me, because I've given him, or, like you know what you bring as yourself, as your divine feminine self. So it's like, there's got to be an issue. Like, you got to be some twisted if you got me questioning, why are you feeling so strange? Why aren't you loving me the same? Why are you being so cold and distant? This isn't how you love me. This is wrong. There's something wrong. What the fudge? Let me not start. So, but I mean, you're equally yoked, if you want to put it that way. I don't think that either of you are like unaware of who you are. This isn't about, oh, I'm just, like everybody's letting me know that I got this issue, but I'm just going to act like I don't see it. No, this isn't that. This is something beyond you. This is something you've never encountered. This is an energy deeper than anything you've encountered. It's like you've been with people before that have challenged you up to a certain degree. Like that last note has always been like, somebody has to kind of like, what is it? What do they call that? When somebody drops the ball, like the ball gets dropped right before, like it never really culminates in how it should in a certain way. So with this person, when you know, wait a second, I cleared up my karma. I know I did everything I was supposed to do. So then why did it still not work? Now I know it's got to be your problem, so then you're looking at him like there's a stranger in my house. Took a while to figure out. There's no way you can be who you say you are. There's got to be someone else or something else, if not someone. So what is it? Well, mommy issues of some sort. That divine feminine or that karmic energy of the feminine is somehow interfering as a third party in this dynamic. All right, moving forward. We have this Gemini or Sagittarius, again, candlestick in the in the pool. What is it again? The billiard room. Good Lord have mercy. All right, so I feel like you've communicated. You guys have communicated effectively in the past. I think that there was an understanding that this is, a commitment, that this is that you're, like, I think this person knows better, that they're supposed to be communicating regularly, that they're supposed to be somehow, expressing their ideas and their dreams or visions with you, but somehow, some way, they're keeping that hidden. If you hear a noise, that's my guinea pig in the background. Okay. I feel like maybe there's like there's something this person does not want you to know in regards to their beliefs, maybe even about their religious beliefs, okay? Maybe about the work, something that they do at work. There's definitely, okay, there's like some partnership at work. It could be a friendship, it could be somebody that they're connected to at work, that they have a connection with, like a spiritual or religious connection. And maybe they feel like they can't share that aspect with you. Or maybe they can talk about a certain thing in regards to relationships with somebody at work that they can't talk with you. And that could be the energy you're picking up on. Who's this doppelganger energy trying to imitate me? We have Taurus energy in the library with the ballroom. So again, this person is extremely committed to you. They are very, this is also a past life love connection. And there is a lot of emotions between the two of you, a lot of value, a lot of care, a lot of love. I feel like you might think that there's another person, like they're dealing with another person in a way that is like an affair or cheating on you. And this isn't that at all. They're not establishing a connection with another feminine out of spite or out of anything like that with you. I think they're connecting with someone to gain clarity on this energy that they don't understand. And maybe perhaps they're distancing themselves from you simply because they don't want to create that tension with you. Not realizing that by avoiding it and not talking about it, they are creating that tension with you. Just so they know it is what it is. So, moving on. What is hidden? We have the kitchen in the hall with an Aquarius or Leo energy here. And I feel like you're hiding your own light from the people that you are surrounded by. You don't really share your energies that are intimate, like people that you like your love feeling, like people in your, maybe even like your siblings perhaps, or in your within your neighborhood. Like you keep things private. That's what you keep private. You keep the people that you're, like your relationships, people that you love, your children, your personal connections are very, and you have like there is a serious side also. Now, if this is like, you might be, I don't know if this is like your masculine, how they see you. Maybe this is what they don't see of you, okay? That you do have a very boss-like energy and a very leader quality, but it's hidden somehow. And you barely even expose it within your own family at some point. Or how do I put it? It's a subtle power. It's an extremely subtle power, but it's well received. It's just cloaked. Okay? So there is a commitment that you are seeing now. Maybe you're committing to yourself. We have Aries energy, a commitment to an Aries in the lounge. This is telling me that like you're going to, as committed as you are to yourself, you'll never not do that. But you know that you have to put an end to some sort of long-term concept about your values, or maybe even in regards to commitment. There's a commitment that maybe you've committed to yourself something and you don't realize it's actually hindering you from expanding. Maybe you have an attachment to some it's an attachment perhaps to a value, a belief, or some attachment that you have to resources that could hinder you from expanding yourself. So be mindful of what that could be. As a matter of fact, let's see. We have, we have something to do perhaps maybe with a job that you have to let go of, or a certain work that you have to stop doing. Oh my. I'm getting like karmic partnerships. And I'm guessing that's probably what you're wondering. Stranger in my house took a while to figure out. The karmic partnerships that were attached to you in some ways were either affecting this connection, and that's why the energies could be rejectable or rejected by your masculine, and they don't know how to explain it, or they don't know how to respond to it, because somehow they're rejecting some karmic energy that was attached to you. But I don't even think it's consciously being done, okay? Okie dokie. We have Colonel Mustard and Solicitor Peacock in the 10th house. I feel like, I feel like you are you're probably analyzing your friendship groups at this time. And there's a saying, tell me who you're with and I'll tell you who you are. And you might be thinking that perhaps you have to scrutinize your associations, or you're thinking perhaps that you need to conduct yourself with integrity around your associations, simply because these associations might affect your well-being in some way. So you're becoming a lot more aware of how your associations could affect you mentally, affect you physically. I feel like you've created a status of integrity, or a status of being someone that's very thorough in your analysis of unusual concepts, out of the box concepts that are not well received always, or well understood always. And I think you're establishing a good name for yourself in that arena. So that's the energy for the feminine at this time. We have in the 11th house the wrench with the ballroom. I feel like the groups that you are, that the people that you love, you have a lot of deep feelings for, and you're very, very generous with your love, and you do that openly with people in your, people that you're associated with, okay? So because you're like that, that's probably why you've had to be very meticulous about who you allow into your space. That's why you're looking at this masculine like they're a stranger, because you really do pick up on the energy shifts, like when they happen, and what, like you can't be manipulated emotionally, because of the fact that you've really worked on your emotional understanding, or you've worked on your you really worked to maintain good flow in your connections with the people you're associated with, okay? So with the wrench and the sword in the 12th house, there might not be a lot of communication in regards to past partnerships, or maybe even issues that were messed up when it comes to people you love. So for example, you may have experienced certain traumas or certain dynamics that were very unnecessary. Let's just say people that came into your life and were very created a lot of chaos for no reason, okay, to cause an imbalance or an injustice to you from a very deep subconscious level, by how they communicated with you to influence you from the inside out in a negative way, in a way that was off balance for you. And that in itself, I feel like there's no need to, I guess, maybe bring that forward into this connection. It doesn't need to be communicated. It's like it's understood through this energy, I feel, with this this karmic feminine energy. I believe that the masculine, slowly but surely, as you, divine feminine, are, the less you question his distancing, and the more you look within and realize, how can I mitigate me better and understand this energy, the more you understand this feminine dark energy, the better the masculine will understand it within himself. So that is the reading for group A. I'm going to go ahead and do a part 2 and a part 3. So I'll be back soon with the next 2 songs. Take care.